Good morning, traders. Welcome to Trade Setup in the morning Jumpstart for the 7th of October. Okay, the markets were pretty flat last night, finishing relatively unchanged. We're coming into the close in the S&P in the US, and they're currently up about 2.5 to 3 points in the futures. Everyone's focused on the US payrolls, the big employment data out tonight. Let's take a look at the markets overview at the moment. The SPY futures closed up about 14 points. S&P is roughly up about 3 points, 2.5 to 3 points at the moment. FTSE 100 closed down 19 points. DAX futures closed up 3.5 points. Gold finished down another $15.6. Oil finished up 75 cents, continuing strength there. CRB index finished down 0.24 of a point, and the Aussie dollar's roughly around 75.85. Okay, starting off with the ASX 200, the 30-minute chart here. We can see that we're well into overbought territory, and we have pushed higher into that 5,500 zone we've been speaking about the last few days. We did work our way up off that base, off that support at 54.45, making higher highs, higher lows, and we pushed up into that zone. So it'd be interesting to see whether we do find, I mean, this is a third test here. We did get that washout of the previous highs and then rolled over and took out the lows as well. But it'd be interesting to see if we can hold this trend higher and push up through. I think it's going to be a bit of a big effort, being that we are considered overbought at the moment. So I think we could easily just wash out that high again above 5,500 and then roll over. But once we roll over, I would expect to see, to go higher, we have to build that higher low, or whether we correct a bit lower and build it off this support line here, and build the high low for, to get that emphasis and to get those buyers into the market to push through 5,500. If we don't, if we see sort of price action, a bit of a washout, a pullback, and then a retest of that zone at 5,500, I would expect us to roll over definitely down to that support and even bounce and then roll over further down to 54.45. But if we do push through that, sort of these key levels around 54.77, then I think that overall support level resistance at 55 is going to hold. But we'll see how that plays out. We'll obviously payrolls tonight. Okay, looking at the Aussie dollar 1 hour chart here, it has continued lower, as we did expect it to continue lower. Last night we were chatting about that. Push through that 75.90 zone, so that trend is holding lower and it's just grinding its way down. We are getting towards overbought, so really potentially could have a bit more to go. So it's interesting to see whether 75.66 will hold up, or that we push through that zone today prior to payrolls and prior to the US session opening, down to 75.32. That's another support zone there. Otherwise, if they don't hold up, it's all the way down to 74.45. But I don't see that as likely today, unless payrolls come out significantly different or different to expectations. Then I would expect these two levels, probably this level 75.66, to hold up today, and then just consolidate in between that and probably 75.90. We'll see how that plays out. Obviously, US payroll is going to be a big one. It could push it. It's going to push it around either way. It's just which way, whether this holds up or this 75.90 holds up, we continue lower through that zone there. Okay, gold, spot gold, we've got the 4-hourly chart here, just a longer term view. That has found some continuation lower, some more selling. We pushed into that zone at 12.50, so that's at an interesting stage here, whether that can hold up and we do get a bounce off that, some buyers stepping, or we get a bit of profit taken from that move down. And either way, buyers are stepping in to push it up off that zone at 12.50. But at the moment, I think, yeah, it's technically, you wouldn't want to buy it just here. That's just taking a bit of a punt. You want to see some sort of action on the lower time frame charts, preferably be an hour or half an hour charts, at that failed low and that minor higher low for a potential corrective action where we got higher highs, higher lows, working its way back up. Could be capped at 12.76, but we'll have to see how it goes. Otherwise, we could just work our way back up to that and retest that breakout zone at 13.05. We'll see how that plays out. Okay, this is a stock on the ASX that we've been watching. We've had an alert on that. It's called WTC. You alerted that at 5:30. It did. We were looking for that break above the 524, but it actually just opened higher and then traded and retest that zone. So we've got a 530 entry alert, and we've pushed our way up since breaking the highs at 561. Now we're looking potentially to be retesting that, or I expect prices to hold up above that zone at 561 and then work their way up to extension of that leg up, initial leg up. That extension zone is at 615, so I'd expect to see some more positive price action and take our way, push price up to 615. We'll have to see how that plays out. We've got risk levels just below the 560, just to lock in some gains. Anyway, that's it for today. We'll speak to you tomorrow morning. And don't forget, traders, you can go to our YouTube channel to subscribe. Just go to www.youtube.com/c/trade setup AU, and you can view all the uploaded videos we've taken so far.